What's up, everybody? This is Sunflower Island, and you're listening to Sunflower Island Podcast, a hour for new beginnings. Let's make this new year be our time to shine in God's eyes. Have you ever feel like you don't belong? Today, I'm going to share my experience as a young abandoned Christian. I must say that when a soldier goes to war, they have to be united and carry their fellow men on their shoulders. A soldier don't leave them to suffer. Before I go any further, I must say that I'm very troubled. As a young person, to see this in the Christian community. If you're a pastor, evangelist, a usher, or responsible for the youths, then you're at the right place, because what I'm about to share isn't right in the eyes of God. This year will be 7 years since I gave my life to Christ. Ever since I gave my life to Christ, the journey has started off nice and smooth. But the thing nobody tells you is that your journey with Christ, the love of your life, will be as hard as a rock. Therefore, I met a lot of nice persons in my church. Everyone congratulated me for taking the big step with Christ. I started to attend church more often until my heart desired to join the choir. Now, I love to sing. I've sung on choirs before, either high school choir or church choir. I even had a group that I sang with back in Jamaica, including with my mom sometimes. Now, days went by, and I did got information about how to join this choir. On my first day of rehearsals, I was tested with my voice to be placed in a section. I was placed into the soprano section, where I started to make friends. Now, after I was doing things for God, I loved it too. But afterwards, hell break loose. Now, I didn't have much things, such as work or money, because I was new to the environment. At this moment, I was singing on the choir, and for my first appearance on the choir, the dress code was purple. Now, people will look down on you for whatever reasons. And if you ask me why, all I can say is, people will see you smiling even in your storms and don't understand why or how you're still smiling. Now, at this time, I did wear my purple dress. And one of the members told me that the dress I wore wasn't appropriate because it had a necklace on it. Now remember, I'm still a new convert. At this moment, the church bus would pick me up from home and take me back home, but at this time, I moved from where I used to live. Apart from this event, I was living far from church. I didn't drive or I didn't own a car. Now, I started to miss church because of the far distance. People would ask, why didn't I see you in church anymore? And I would tell them. But the problem is that they would suggest that they would pick me up. If not, I would kindly ask for a ride. A few persons would pick me up, and I was so grateful for that, because I know they didn't have to do it. In this present moment, I realized that people would say they would pick me up, and I would get dressed early in the mornings, and I would sit and I waited for hours for them. Sometimes I waited in my church clothes until church was finished. That's how much faith I had, because I wanted to attend church so badly, and I know that God would make a way. Most of times when I'm dressed, Everyone would remember me when church is finished and they were driving home. I felt so bad. Most people would say, "Why not take the bus?" I have to walk far to get the bus. Plus, I have to take 2 buses to get to church. How can I attend church when I don't have money to pay my fare? Nevertheless, in the upcoming years or the years that has passed, I realized that the choir had made new laws that you cannot be absent from church within 2 weeks. When I heard that, I was like, seriously? After the news, I was so angry and upset because I know I won't be able to keep up with the rules. So I completely came off the choir. I literally got so much hate for the entire church. I stopped going to church, singing, and even listening to gospel music. I completely blocked out everything that I had to deal with Christ because I gave up. In 2020, when the pandemic started, that's when I started to find my way back to Christ. My mom invited me to this prayer line, and throughout this pandemic, I've been participating in it. And it did help a lot. Even in the storm, I was still delivered because God brought me to realize that all I needed to do is just trust Him. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next upcoming episodes. Until then, trust Him and just walk in authority. This is Sunflower Island, and we are out.